Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, where we celebrate individuals and families, businesses, and organizations that seek out and promote the exploration, stewardship, conservation, access, and enjoyment of the outdoors. Emanuel Rose is a returning guest on the Outdoor Adventure Series today. Emanuel is an author, outdoorsman, and marketing expert, and today he'll be sharing more about the launch of his latest book, Nature Bound, with Wenaha Henry. Emanuel, it's great to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, Howard. I appreciate you inviting me back on and having a conversation about Nature Bound.
Fantastic. When we had this conversation, I've got to go back and look at the exact date because I was looking at the episode yesterday, and I don't think you even said you were writing a new book. You were just like keeping that a surprise from me.
Yeah, well, it's a funny process. So I had a series of marketing books that I laid out on authenticity, and then and that was a little more sequential.
Mhm.
The nature books, I take them kind of as I get the inspiration. And this book, Nature Bound, came out from some author events I was doing on the Wenaha Henry children's books.
Mhm.
And I noticed that the parents were like, well, yeah, I really wanted to be involved and do stuff outside, but I don't really know how. It was kind of one of those. And so like, okay, well, I could tackle that. I lived through that. I worked through that. So that was my inspiration for putting this one together.
Okay. Now, Wenaha Henry, tell us a little bit about the character because people will want to know that.
Sure. The Wenaha Henry's a red-tailed hawk, and he's the hero of the children's books, and I wrote him for my grandson, and I was inspired to do the writing while I was on a turkey hunting trip on the Wenaha River, and so Henry goes in and gets to experience animals of the forest and the situations of the forest and the biome and explore with his family and with a grandfather grouse, and so that's the background.
Okay. So I'm curious. I mean, you've been an outdoorsman, outdoor kid for like your entire life.
Yeah.
And going out with the family and just kind of learning the rudimentary skills to get comfortable outdoors. And when somebody comes to you and they say, Emmanuel, I love your books and I just wish I could take my kids out and feel comfortable myself so that they feel comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, they're going to pick it up.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the first things via your book that you would help to a parent or the grandparents, significant other,
Yeah.
help them get their kid comfortable exploring and just having a great experience and not being something I am never going to do that again?
Yeah, well, it's a challenge that we all have when we take people out to do activities, right? And the first thing is to to start small and keep it simple, and then make it all about the kid having fun and enjoying it. And the classic is like you take a kid fishing, and there's the fish aren't biting, and so you're picking up the rocks and you're looking for the bugs on the bottom of the rock, or you're skipping stones, or you're carving something, right? So it's whatever it takes to get them engaged and having a good time, and then making sure that there's food and drinks and that there's that part of it as well. But to start small and make it a day hike first, right? Like I'm in Central Oregon right now in Sun River, and there's lots of trails on the Deschutes River that are right in town. So just a 2-hour hike up and down one of those paths is its own magical adventure, with the idea that you're doing a scavenger hunt or checking out, trying to find all the yellow rocks that you can find, or something that just opens their eyes to being outside like